Hello, family. Welcome to At Home today. We're so glad you decided to drop by. It's always good when the family gets together, particularly when you're here. Because, you know, I always say at the end of the program, it just wouldn't be the same without you. Well, I really mean that. And you're not here. We miss you. So we're glad that when you come by, you can watch and get some ideas. And today, we're doing breakfast ideas. You know, the kids are getting back to school, and sometimes it's nice to start out with a nice breakfast for the kids. Or if you're having, you know, Paul and I love to entertain our friends and have them over for breakfast because it's just a nice and no rush thinking, oh, you know, we have to get home, we have to get home. You know, it's the beginning of the day, and everybody's usually fresh and happy and, you know, bubbly and all of that. So you might want to think of some of our ideas today as a means to entertain with. They certainly are a variety. We're even going to show you how to make homemade breakfast sausage. And a lot of other goodies. You know, breakfast is a really important meal of the day. When I was a kid, I could not eat breakfast. I couldn't. My mother would be prevailing upon me all the time. My dad would be lecturing me. That's important. But you know what? I would drink this much of a glass of milk and run out the door to school. That was it. I couldn't get anything more down. But as you get older and you start to read, you realize that for a balance of your metabolism, your whole body functions, everything, you need to eat proportionately throughout the day. Some people are even saying 5 small meals are better than 3 larger ones. And I think breakfast is a good way to start the day. Fresh orange juice or pineapple juice or whatever kind of juice, cranberry, whatever you like, and then some good, wholesome fiber, good cereal, or just some special things. It's all a good way to start the day. Of course, even more than that, the best way to start the day is with a little time with the Lord. Just spending it with Him, just in a quiet meditation, reading some scripture, and praying what's in your heart to the Lord. The day always goes better when you've spent your time with the Lord first. Sometimes, you know, He impresses in my heart something when I'm spending that time that I will pull on during the rest of the day. And I'll say, oh, but Lord, you reminded me of that this morning in our quiet time, in our devotions. And it's wonderful to know that the Lord is lingering close to you and His presence is near. So stay with us. We're going to have our at-home hint. And when we come back, we're starting our breakfast ideas for you and your family. Stay with us. Here's today's at-home hint. When baking cakes, pies, or breads, always preheat the oven to the desired temperature. If you don't preheat for 15 minutes, your baked goods will be underbaked and dough will be soggy and the batter will be raw. Not edible.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, Patty, we're going to do breakfast today.
Yes, we are.
And we want to show you a lot of different things. You're going to start with a buttery crumb cake. Unusual because you do it not in a 13 by 9, but this is in like a jelly roll pan.
Right, jelly roll pan.
And this is not a high. This is a crumb cake, a buttery crumb cake, a breakfast cake, like with cinnamon and all that good stuff. Okay, how are you going to get started here?
You first start off with the cake mix, which makes life real nice and easy.
It's like a yellow cake mix,
right,
like
yellow
that.
cake mix. And all you do is add 3 eggs and some water and butter and mix it all up, and then you start your crumb topping.
Okay, well, while you do that, I'm going to show you what to do making your own homemade sausage. I have 2 pounds of ground pork, as lean as you can get it. If you want to even grind your own, get a pork butt and grind it up if you have a mixer that you can allows that. This is 2 pounds. And then I'm going to mix the seasonings in a bowl and then mix it in with the pork. So we have some dried sage, 2 teaspoons dry sage, 2 teaspoons of, this is kosher salt, some brown sugar, just a tablespoon. We have marjoram, dried marjoram. We have black pepper. This is, yeah, ground black pepper. We have a pinch of cloves and a little bit, 1/8 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, just to give it a little tang. That's all.
This, I can't wait to try it, huh?
I know. Go ahead.
My crew will like it. I didn't want to start a mixer with you talking.
Well, that's all right. Not a problem. We've done this before. God knows we've done this before. Nobody heard what we said for a long time. But anyway, you know, what I like about this, you can control. If you like it spicy, spice it up. If you don't, leave out. There's something in that list of ingredients that I told you about. If you don't like it, just omit it. You don't have to use it. Some people just like all sage in their sausage, and that's fine. You can do that. But we have our crumb, herbs and spices. We're just going to drop that in there. And then I've got my gloves on. And now we're just going to mix this to incorporate it really, really well. I was talking to someone who makes this, and they said, Arlene, when you start making this, you'll never buy it in a roll again or never buy it already made, because this is so simple, so easy. And again, like I said, you can control what goes into it and how lean the pork would happen to be. Boy, that's a nice looking cake mix.
Isn't it?
Very nice.
That butter makes it nice and rich instead of oil, which you normally would put in.
Yeah. Everything's better with butter. Not margarine,
yeah.
but butter.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
This is easy to throw together too, which is nice.
Very nice. Yes, sirree. Now, we're just going to keep mixing this while she's spreading that cake into that pan. And that's unusual because that only bakes for about 17 minutes. And then what you do, you bring it out, and she's going to make a crumb topping to go on that. Put the crumb topping on it, and then it goes back in the oven to bake for some more time. So that's kind of cool. I like that idea.
And it's easy to throw together, so it's not a big pain if you want to
Right.
make it for breakfast. Sometimes you're rushing
Sure.
around breakfast.
Absolutely.
There we go.
And I'm just making patties. You know, you can make them as big or as little as you want. Just make a patty like that. Try to keep it formed nicely.
I know my kids would go nuts over them.
They would.
Running out
Okay,
of
why don't we
space
get
here.
rid of this?
Get rid of this here. Get it out
And
of
I'm
the
going to
way.
bring my, yeah.
So much going on. We don't have room.
I know. We're just full of all kind of ideas today.
Yeah.
I need that little pan over here.
Okay, I'll get it. 1 second. Let me
Okay.
smooth this.
You go ahead, and I'll pop this in the.
Smooth.
You in the corner enough over there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to drop those down and let them start to cook. And you always want to make sure the pork cooks to 160 degrees because that's when it's safe to eat. So you don't want to be messing around and goofing up on that. You maybe need to turn that up a little higher.
Oil. Sure.
Yeah. We just put a little bit of oil in the bottom because we figured this is pretty lean. It might not cook
There you go.
so well.
Now,
Okay.
this is something Big Andy would love. My son. Go nuts
I think
over that.
everybody likes breakfast sausage.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That or bacon or ham or Canadian bacon frying in the morning.
Oh,
What
you
else
can't
could you
beat it.
want? Sorry,
Yeah.
Pat. Why don't you put that on this, and then I
We'll
don't have to.
switch.
No, just bring that over,
Over here.
Yeah. There we go. Because I have another one that's called stuffed blueberry French toast. I want to get at it and get it started to being made. You got the
There we
wrong one,
go.
dear.
No, I was
Oh,
turning
you got
that
the-
one
okay.
off and putting this one on.
I could hear something clicking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this
Get
is
this
2
out of your
pounds.
way.
This is going to make, now you could make them smaller, make them any size that you want. But
Yeah, they're perfect.
yeah, this will cook. We're going to keep an eye on them too, Patty.
Okay.
So that,
Not a problem.
and you're just doing the crumb topping
Yeah,
for
and
that.
all it is 4.5 cups of flour.
Sorry, dear.
We're
Well, we are
dancing
working
here.
backwards here,
This
yeah.
is like a
I need
dance.
I need a plate to put these in. Maybe
Vanilla.
then. Vanilla? Okay.
Yeah, put vanilla in here, cinnamon, a whole tablespoon of cinnamon,
Okay.
and 1 1/3 cups of brown sugar.
That's packed. You want to make
Yeah.
that packed
Right.
solid so that it
You
works.
can't beat that.
Right.
Let me go get a.
Okay. Now, we're going to brown these off and cook them nice and slow once they get going there. I would put a little lid on them just to cook them through to make sure. And you get 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 patties with 2 pounds. Not bad.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, that is good. Okay. I'm going to leave that up to your care. Okay. I need to do a little maintenance here, but we don't have time because I got to get moving
Yeah,
over
keep
here.
going.
Okay, the next is this incredible stuffed blueberry French toast. I have cream cheese here, and I'm going to add some chopped almonds. This is 6 tablespoons of chopped almonds, 4 tablespoons of light brown sugar, like this, and some freshly squeezed lemon juice. That's going in there. And this is going to make the filling for the inside of the French toast. And you just want to mix this up really well. Make sure that everything gets blended. I love breakfast. There's just something about having breakfast and the smell that the fresh coffee that's going, and just it's a time of the day where you feel like there's hope for the day. It's not all bad. It's going to be okay. Of course, as the day wears on, sometimes it's not, but you had that hope first thing in the morning. So then what we're going to do is take our bread and we're going to just spread on both sides of the bread some of this cream cheese filling. Just like that on both slices. Okay? And you want to be pretty generous with it because there's something you have to do. And here's what you got to do. You got to take your fresh blueberries and pile them on there just like that. And then you have to press them into that cream cheese because that's what's going to hold them on when they take a bath. We're going to bath them in eggs.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I love French toast.
And
That's
then,
like my favorite.
Yeah. And then you're going to take the other one, put it on top, and push it together. Now you're going to make 8 of these. When we come back, we're going to show you the next step and start to cook them. We'll be back in just a minute.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Well, the crumb cake's in the oven. The sausage is cooking. Patty's getting ready to start something else. We recruited Laurie, our associate producer. She's got the blueberry. Told you, look at this.
Yeah.
This is our blueberry stuffed French toast. Just put it on the griddle, and here's what it looks like when it's done. We'll sandwich them in, press them together. This is your milk, cinnamon, just a regular milk and eggs and stuff. Drop it in there, turn it over, make sure it gets nice and wet, and then you just drop it right on. Okay, these griddles are great for stuff like this. And look, we've got beautiful, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 wonderful sandwiches. Now, when they get done, she's going to drop them in a 200-degree oven to hold them. Patty, what are you doing over here? You got some green onions?
Yeah, I got green onions.
You got a cake
I
coming
got cake
out of
in the oven.
Okay.
Onions cooking here.
Okay.
Just sauteing this up.
Because you're going to make a corned beef omelet. These are just eggs. You're going to need to turn that up a little higher because we got to move.
Get it going, right.
I tell you, we are really busy here today, and we're loving it because we're giving lots of ideas. While she's getting the onions to fry, mine are called little mini cinnamon rolls. I love this recipe because it's so unusual, so different. And basically, you take 16 slices of bread, you cut the crust off, you take your rolling pin and roll over each one until they're flat. See how flat that is? Okay? So we have 16 slices. Now what we're going to do with that, in a bowl, we're going to have cream cheese. We're going to prop an egg in there, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, like that. And we're going to mix that together really well. Because this is going to go onto each slice of bread. We're going to roll it up. And then we're going to dip it into butter. And then we're going to dip it into cinnamon and bake them in the oven for just about 15 minutes or so, 16, 18 minutes. Oh my goodness, they're such a delicious thing, and the kids absolutely love them.
Then you have to
Just
wait for the yeast to rise and all that craziness
Yeah, that's
to make
too hard.
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. This is something a little different, easy. Sometimes you just get up on a Saturday morning and say, I want to do something special for the kids or for the family. This would be one you'd have the stuff in the house to do, probably. So we're just mixing this up. Make sure that your cream cheese is soft, because if it isn't, you're going to have a problem. This could be a little softer, but we're going to try to make do with it. And Patty
a
is...
harder spoon?
No, I'm okay. Patty, what are you... Oh, they look great.
Sauteing this, yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead.
My eggs.
Okay.
It's just 6 eggs. What you do is just scramble them all up with a little milk.
First, she's going to make the omelet, and then once the omelet sets, she's going to drop the corned beef all over the top. Corned beef hash in a can. And then you top this with beautiful sliced tomatoes. Oh my, that's a delicious addition to any breakfast table. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Not a problem.
That's just a quarter cup.
Everything
of milk.
smells so good. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell you, loving it. Okay, you take these one at a time and just spread it out. And then you're gonna roll it from point to point.
All right, what is this? Does this look good to you?
Sure, go for it.
Go for it.
And you just roll it like that. Then you're gonna dip this. Well, first of all, let me get my cinnamon and my sugar together. Excuse me, 1 minute, Patty. I'm gonna mix that up really well. This goes into a 350-degree oven, so you're really gonna wanna make sure that that's good and hot before you get started. Okay? So I dip it in the butter, and then dip it in the cinnamon sugar, just like that. We're gonna pop that onto our baking sheet. That's gonna bake, like I said, just a few minutes. Delicious.
That looks so clever.
Delicious, so easy.
Yep, easy.
Very, very easy.
Something you can get the kids to help you with too.
Probably, yeah. Unless they're watching cartoons or something on a Saturday morning. They may not want to do this.
You might not.
Okay? Again, I think I'm gonna roll it instead of corner to corner. I think I like the idea just going straight. Let's see what that's like. Dip it in there, like so.
All right, does this look almost set to put your corned
Yeah,
beef hash
well,
on
you know
it?
what you
Or
want
do
to
you
do.
want more?
You want to keep pushing. Here's the way you make a good omelet. You keep pushing in the center. Any raw egg will come loose. That's pretty good. You pretty much got it set. Yeah, Patty. But you keep pushing it. See, you
Keep
got some
pushing
raw
it.
stuff
Right,
here.
so you want
So you
that
just
out.
want to, yeah. But if
Okay.
it doesn't do it anymore, then you're probably there. And you go on to the next step.
Okay.
Okay? Because we're
Sounds
going to
good.
put a lid on that anyway to get that to melt down really well.
So you don't want to bite into raw egg.
No, we
Well,
never want to do that. You have
No.
to cook those thoroughly. Okay. Smells wonderful over there. Lori's doing her
Oh,
thing.
those look really good.
Uh-huh. What's not to like, huh? Whoops. I love to do stuff like this. When you come back, we're going to be in the dining room. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to see a buffet for a breakfast that you're not going to want to miss. Stay with us, but here's how you can get all the recipes today that you see, plus all the recipes from the whole month. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Just go to ctvn.org/athome to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/athome to get today's recipes now.
Don't forget, you have to get the recipes for this spread. Look at this table. I'm telling you, beautiful, colorful, and such delicious food. We're gonna start down there. There's our homemade sausage. Look at those patties. Remember, 160 degrees, they have to be. They are so good. They caramelize on the bottom, that little bit of brown sugar in there, caramelize them. You could make gravy with them if you wanted to. Awesome. Next to that, we have sliced tomatoes over top of our corned beef omelet, corned beef hash omelet. Easy. A pizza cutter will cut that into nice portions whenever you go to serve it. Next to that is our buttery crumb coffee cake. The Patty, we just put a little glaze on top. I love it. That thing is awesome because it tastes so buttery. That's the key. And then we've added some fresh fruit. And over here, look at this. These are our cinnamon rolls.
They're
I'm
amazing.
telling you, you have no idea what that tastes like. Everybody's going in this whole place. Simple, easy to do. And you can make them and make them and make them. You'd have plenty. And they're so simple. They bake in 16 to 18 minutes. They're done. We drizzled chocolate on some and some powdered sugar on the others. Next to it, look at this. This is our stuffed blueberry French toast. What could be better? Look at that. You put that on your plate. You can put a little pat of butter on top. You don't have to. If you want to put maple syrup, you can. If you want to eat it just like this, you can. Blueberry syrup on top is awesome. Look at that, just delicious. Keep them hot in the oven if you're making a lot of them ahead of time. Then we just added my Arlene's potatoes. Didn't have time to show you them today, but that's my own potato recipe that I really like. We're going to include that recipe for you, even though you didn't get to see us make them. This is a huge table full of all kinds of goodies, something everybody would like on this.
Oh, yes.
I mean, what's not to like? We added some pineapple juice for something a little different instead of the orange, and some good fresh coffee. All you need is you sitting right here at this place, and it would be a completed table. There's always room for our friends, our at-home family. You're always welcome at our table anytime. And we're so happy that we can prepare things like this for you just to jog your thinking and say, what could I make something different? Patty just said to me, looks like supper. You could have this for supper any day, any of this, because it's all good food. We love you. We thank God that you are our family. We thank you for watching. And please, remember, go to church this week because it'll do you good all week long. And be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you. We'll see you then. Thanks, Patty.
Well, thank you.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.